Hey everybody, welcome to another toy review with 609 Customs and Action Figuring. Action figuring because that's the way my wife says it, and customing because I used to customing, whatever. This time we're going to do the Mezco 112 Batman vs. Superman Knightmare Batman. This was a Mezco exclusive figure, but it was like pushed back, delayed. We weren't getting it. We are getting it. I don't really know, but eventually we got it. One thing you're going to notice about the box is the smaller for the Mezco Directs and the Comic Cons, which is cool. I like the box, it's just fine. Which this also means you're not going to have the slip cover. So that option for displaying it in the box with the black lined window is not going to be here, which is unfortunate. That's one thing that is cool. If there was a way to incorporate that into the smaller boxes, that would be pretty sweet. A slip cover on this bad boy where you could still display everything, because they managed to fit just as much, if not a little bit more, in these boxes than they do some of the others, which is crazy. One thing I'm going to go over first is the color of the box. The box is cool, and I think it's really unique for the figure. You're going to see it's nice and yellow here, orange on top, 112 collected, pose, play, display. All your warnings down there. Knightmare Batman, Batman vs. Superman, some more of the same, and then this on the back. This is a pretty cool image of the figure. Batman in a, well, what could pass for a desolate wasteland, but that is the theme of the box. The box is orange like a desert, and yellow, and it's very worn out. This box looks like it's been sitting on a shelf forever, and it's been kind of like beat up and handled, but no, this is a brand new box. Everything is sharp and crispy. That's just the designs. The scratch marks they did on purpose. All the wear looks, it's still perfectly smooth, no scratches at all. They just did that on purpose, which I really, really dig. Alright, so let's crack this bad boy open and see what we got going on the inside. So to the side, and here we have our figure. So let me slide out the back first, see what we got there. Alright, the traditional stand, the same black with the red line, B versus S, we got with all our other Batman versus Superman figures, and the arm. Since there is no cape, there's no need for that crazy arm thingy. Alright, and here he is out of the package. Gonna try to make this quick. So you're gonna see all of his accessories. He has 1, 2, 3 heads. 2.5 sets of hands, I guess. He's got 5 hands in total. We're gonna go over those. He's got 2 guns. First thing we're going to look at is his handgun. Black, no real weathering on there, pretty clean, but the grip, the woodwork is ingrained in there, which is pretty nice. There's no slide. That's a feature we haven't seen since Mezco Punisher, but one thing we have seen before is this, the bullet that also came with your Mezco Punisher, which is pretty cool, fits right in there. Very nice. Be careful with this because this will break. I've had one of mine break. Sucks. Then we'll look over at the rifle. This also fits a little Gen 11 right into his rifle here. Well, the rifle's pretty nice. Again, pretty much black, not a lot of weathering, removable magazine. With the bullets you can see in there, if it wants to focus. There you go. Bullets. Clips in there pretty nice. Hold it nice and snug. You have a bandana here. Alright, some nice features on the bandana. I don't know what it represents or who it represents, but we all know this. This is the card of the Joker back here, taped on there for whatever reason. We don't know if this is because he killed the Joker. Maybe he and the Joker joined forces and fought alongside together before the Joker died. But we don't know if this was the Joker's gun and he gave it to Batman. We don't know, but it looks like it's duct taped here at the stock. And the card is taped to there, so that's a pretty cool detail as well. So put that off to the side, but real quick, Batman comes with 1 hand to hold this gun. He's only got 1 trigger finger on his right hand, but fortunately, he has both his eyes, so that's not going to be a problem like with some figures. Now, you could have him probably grip this up here, which whoever really holds a gun there. Or if you wanted him to hold the gun, he could hold it with this grippy hand. But this hand, as you see, doesn't open too wide. Mezcos have nice malleable fingers, so if you had to pull it open, you could. And you could put it down there. Because his other hand is another right hand meant for grabbing or picking things up or whatever. So he's got one reaching hand. They didn't give him two, they only give him one. So whatever. I guess if you had to, you could pull these soft rubber fingers open and put them here. That, not the dingy noise, that annoying dingy find me because I'm an irritating fire alarm, smoke detector. But my pizza's almost done. So I'm going to try and fit those on there a little bit later. And it looks like I'm having some kind of flecking on my finger. I don't know what that is. If we can see it, it looks like little black spots. Pretty sure it's coming off of something from one of these figures. One of these accessories. Alright, before I go into the rest of them, we're going to pause for pizza. Leroy Jenkins. For those of you who don't know, that means I'm back. And then Batman's going to have two fisted hands. He comes within the box. Now, one thing we're going to see here is you're going to see the Batman Gauntlets, reminiscent from the Batman versus Superman regular release Batman. But these are taped up. Well, not really taped. He's got a bandana or some kind of ribbon or cloth tied around the hands for whatever reason. It's like that on both hands. And it's like that on all the extra hands as well. Alright. Let's do his coat since it's in my hands right now. The coat is pretty nice. Not too thick, kind of light. Really nice. Unlike Punisher, they've got this down so you don't have that mean-ass collar floating around. Alright. And it doesn't hinder articulation too much. With a little bit of rolling, you can get it to work. For those of you who prefer the leather coat to a cloth one, this is a decent look. Alright. He doesn't have any of the like tie flowing off of it like Mezco Punisher did. And it's, even though it's got a cut up to here, it's got these three pieces of leather across the stitch it there. So pretty good. Not gonna get in the way up. Hear that? That's the pitter patter of baby feet. Pause. Next, let's check out the heads. Let's bring you right up here, Batfleck. Get a good look. Right out of the box, he comes with this Dirty McGinty bat head. Brown eyes, screaming mouth. Looks like he's trying to eat a corn dog. And just like with the regular one, you can kind of see like the mask is pretty thick and it extends out there. So it gives a little depth to it. And the eye is kind of sunken in there. So it does look like a thick, heavy mask. Because as we know, this head on this mask is bulletproof. Because he caught a couple bullets in the head during Batman versus Superman. Alright. I'm sure this head would be interchangeable with the original Batman versus Superman Batman if you had it. Which is nice. Next, we get a head looks very similar to the another head from Batman vs. Superman. Maybe slightly different. This mouth looks a little bit better than the Do You Bleed mouth. Maybe it's just me. But all these heads I'm sure will be interchangeable, which is cool, especially since you get this Ben Affleck impersonator. No, I mean, it's an okay head. Kind of looks like Ben Affleck. Kind of. I wouldn't look at this and say, hey, is that Ben Affleck? I'd kind of believe who's that guy. And of course, it doesn't have any of the gray that he's been rocking in the movies, considering that he's been doing this for 20 years, which means he is old AF. Alright. So that's it for the heads. Next, and the last accessory we're going to go over, the really cool bat goggles. I know this is the selling point for mad people. They saw these and were like, oh my god, I gotta get it. I want those dirty little steampunk goggles. Actually, this is freaking steampunk Batman. Just thought of that. Alright, cool. So there you go. They are a separate piece. Kind of a soft little rubber plastic, which is cool. You can just put them on pretty easily, and then they slide right down. And I think it's nice that you didn't get one head where this was attached to it. You get the option to put it on any of your heads. So if you want screamy face Batman with his goggles on, you can have that. If you want stoic face Batman, you can have that. Goggles on there. Look a little crooked. There we go. I wonder, hell, why this shit not? If you want unmasked Batfleck head with the goggles on there. Are you kidding me? Yeah, these things are actually see-through. You can see through these dirty goggles. That's pretty cool. Did not realize that till I put it on Batman. You can see through these are translucent. Mezco, you do it again. You always manage to surprise me. Alright. Next, we're going to look at the scarf. Should have went over this with the coat. I'll tell you right off the bat, it is stitched in there. Stitched in the back. And it's folded to give you this little V. If you finagle it, you can get it to cover the mouth. Whether you can get it to stay there or not is up to you. Whether you'd want it like that or not, up to you. Some people might just take it off and tie a cloth around there, do something different. Alright? Now this, of course, is it for his accessories. So real quick, I'm going to go into the costume. Alright. So real quick, we're going to go over his costume since we've done the accessories. The scarf is folded over to give you this kind of V fold. It's this manky looking brown. No real dirt on it or weathering or anything, but some people will probably take this off and put like a cloth on there and change it. It's stitched into the back, so it won't move. Fits over his costume. Now, just like the armored Batman, this just looks like he's rocking an outfit over his regular Batman versus Superman costume. Except this time it looks like a few scratches, but looks like some dings, maybe some bullet holes in there, which is pretty cool. Regular stitching from the old costume, the bat belt, and then his green pants. These pants are pretty cool. They're pretty tactical looking. Cargo pants with some pockets on the side that you cannot use. A nice holster over here, which is pretty cool accessory. It's a loose holster, which appears to be maybe stitched in at the side. Who cares? We're not going to move it, but it holds his pistol, his pistola, his piece, his Glock, his 9, whatever this is. Come on, get in there. There you go. It fits in there. So it's strapped around the leg, and it's held on here, and it moves, so you can rotate it. All right. The knee pads are not loose. The knee pads are glued onto the pants. Okay, and then you have your Batman booties with his not the best, but better than some articulation. Okay, so that's it for the costume. It just looks like my man put pants on and a coat. You know, it's like Batman just being lazy and throwing on something so he can go buy milk at the grocery store, and he didn't want to get dressed or get out his PJs, basically. The leather coat looks like it does come down here, and it is probably tied down below the glove. I'm not going to be a jerk and try to pull it out because I don't want to get busted, but some people might want to replace it with a brown coat, like a trench coat kind of style. All right, now I'm going to go into the articulation. Articulation-wise, the coat doesn't hinder you too much on the upward. Actually, it doesn't really hinder you at all going up. Maybe somewhat out to the front because of heavy bunching here from the material. It feels like you still have that Batman diaphragm joint there, which is cool. So that helps you come forward pretty well. We'll see how he holds his rifle a little bit later. Upper bicep swivel still there. Double jointed arm. Now it looks like the coat fits under the gauntlet, but it doesn't hinder that motion at all. And then of course you have your typical Mezco with the rotating wrist and that amazing ball peg thingy they do that I love so much. Pop that back in there. So that's it for the trench coat and the arm articulation. The head. Now the head doesn't have the base ball peg because the cowl being one piece. But you do still have the upper ball peg on the top, which allows you for a pretty good range of motion. So you get to the side that much, back that much, forward that much. Batfleck will bend forward that much, he'll bend backwards a pretty decent amount. He's ready to limbo. Because of our double joints, you get double diaphragm articulation. You get off to the side that much. And then at the bottom, you get, it's kind of stiff down there, not gonna lie. It's like it doesn't really want to move. It wiggles, but it just doesn't want to move a lot. So most of your twist is going to come from the upper. But he still gets a pretty good side-to-side rotation. What the hell, man? Alright, the pants allow you to go out that far. So not a full 180, but slightly more than a 90. Which is pretty good for kicks to the chest. Right to the diaphragm. Pam and mugga. Take that. And I'm sure with some finagling he would stand, but whatever. Alright. Upper bicep swivel, I'm feeling. Double jointed knee. Run, baby, run. So yeah, double jointed knee. Upper swivel up at the top of the boot. Full 360 in the ankles. And in, out. Pretty decent. Back, forward. Pretty decent. Okay. One thing I forgot to mention, as far as articulation and accessories, the coat is actually wired. There seems to be a very, very thin wire in there that runs all the way down to like the bottom, which is nice. We didn't get that with, yeah, stops right there. We didn't get that with Punisher, I believe. Or maybe we did, I don't remember. But since you don't get a lot of wires from Mezco, this is a nice effect. So you can have some dramatic stuff going down with your Batman. Alright. Real quick pause, get the accessories out of the way, and we'll do a size comparison. Oh my god, what a pain in the ass. Alright, getting him to hold this rifle, real big pain in the ass. I actually had to reshoot this because I started dropping F-bombs the last time when I realized I actually broke something. You already guessed that this coat was going to make it a pain in the balls, and yeah, the coat does make it a pain in the hiney to pose, and it does stop, like I said, that forward articulation and the frontward. So getting the position the rifle properly is already a pain. Because of that, getting the hands the proper width apart is also a pain in the balls. And another thing is this stupid bandana here is right where he would normally grip the gun. Not only is that a pain in the balls, but the bandana was supposed to be tied at the bottom, and when I'm looking at it, I'm pretty sure I broke it. I'm pretty sure trying to get the hands on there, it freaking rubbed and broke off the little tie for the bottom. There, out of focus. Now you can see it. Not that I care too much about that stupid freaking thing, since it's pissed me off so goddamn much. But yeah, those little ties, broken. I'm probably going to see them on the floor, and even if I don't, I'm going to vacuum them. If I do see them, I'm going to vacuum them regardless, because that's ridiculous and stupid and irritating. You don't get an open hand, so you got to stretch this out and fight with it to get it on the gun, because you're not going to hold the gun by the rifle. Batman's not a gun noob, but trying to get it here where it should go, you freaking break the damn thing, and it's in the way, and you got to fight with this hand because the hand is just too tight. So you got to pull it open, get it in the gun, finagle it around this. So just be careful, all right? Be careful with this gun because you don't want to break off your bandana. I know some of you are going to be like, ah, if you do it. Me, I don't really care about that too much. Screw that piece of shit. All right. There we go. Putting that off to the side. Rant over. Size comparison. Now here's our guy next to his regular counterpart. All right. And they appear to be the exact same size, and why wouldn't they be? They're the exact same figure. And now for the moment of truth, since we got you guys side by side, let's do a few head swaps. So yeah, Batfleck on there looking pretty nice. Since you don't actually get a closed mouth version of Bruce with this figure, you can use the one from your Batman vs. Superman. And now he doesn't look like a hungry little biatch. We're going to also put in here the slightly taller and meaner armored Batman. Alright. And there you go. There are your three Batmans side by side. Yeah. And if there's any experienced customizers out there, if you've watched any of my other videos, you've probably seen this. This is the Mezco Punisher, rocking the trench coat from Marvel, the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Gambit. See, they're about the same size, but you see this coat here doesn't really hinder much articulation because it's like it's cloth. The arms, you still have most of your range of motion. You're not going to have that problem, that issue. I don't know if it's worthwhile, if anyone wants to customize it, but I'm sure it wouldn't be a hard deal to pop off the hands, remove the coat, put this coat on there and then tie it off and put the hands back on, because this thing is a pain in the balls. I don't know, man. So, I mean, that's the figure for me. That's just the figure in general. Those are my thoughts on it. Once again, all three Batmen standing side by side. And, it's a good figure. It's not horrible. Mezco doesn't really do horrible figures. But is it the best? No. Not by a long shot. Hell, I'm more happy with my regular release Batman than I am with this guy. You know, I'm happy I got this. Enjoy it more than that. I already see, like, this figure is going to be twice. I've seen people selling it for twice what it retailed at. But I mean, if you want to have all three movie Batmans, definitely get it. Definitely going to be worth it. I am happy to have it, only because it's fitting into my Batfleck collection. I'm not just like overjoyed because it was something I desperately wanted. And I definitely am looking forward to the Tactical Suit Batman to round this out. I think that will be a better figure than this. I don't know. Of the three, not my favorite. I was all about it, you know, despite the trench coat, you know, up until trying to get him to hold that rifle, and the fact that not even having this thing for a freaking hour, and the damn thing is breaking. I'm just not. I don't know, man. It was such a pain, you know. Making him hold it was a pain in the ass. He can't hold it anywhere near as well as this figure can hold his rifle. I don't know if I'm just like playing fair. Will you focus? Stop being a little pansy. Yeah, I don't know if it's me playing favorites. Right now my camera's freaking out. But yeah. That trench coat mod, if you get more than one, I would say do it. You know, don't risk your figure if you can't. Or if you have this guy in a pair of green pants, do it. Because then you'd have the same freaking thing. You don't have the risk around the gloves. I don't know, man. There's the figure for you. If you want it for your collection, you gotta have it because you just gotta have your Batflex. Then by all means, get in there, find him, get him, play, pose, collect. But not the strongest of the three. Once Tactical comes out, it'll be the weakest of the four. I'm glad they made it, because them canceling figures would be douchey. But yeah, as you can hear, I'm not like 100%. I don't know. I give this thing. The costume is great. The trench coat's pretty nice. The accessories are good. They put the wire in the coat. I don't normally rate figures, but I'm gonna give it a. If I were gonna rate this, I would give it like a 7, only because of not having too many hands. This hand pissed me off because it can't hold the gun. It can't really hold shit. They don't give you anything to fit in there. Then, of course, there's this pissy-ass rifle, and the fact that it broke. I don't know, man. I'm just butthurt about that. I'm not in love with this gun, but as an accessory, and to have it and have it broken like that so soon, and that's just from trying to, like, handle it. I didn't drop it or anything. Just trying to fit it in the hand. The damn thing rubbed apart. That's pretty weak sauce. You know what? Actually, let me see this. This gun... Is this the first pistol we've got that doesn't have a removable magazine? I mean, now I'm just prattling on, but... Okay, this magazine isn't removable. Because I know some of you are out there like, is that magazine removable? Now we all know. Okay. Well, boys and girls, that's it. This review of this figure, I'm giving it like a solid 7 out of 10. Not bad. Get it if you gotta have it for your Batfleck collection, but if you're just in Mezco to be in Mezco and you love it, and you didn't get this guy, don't feel too butthurt about it. Just get Tactical Batman. Alright, peace.